What's going on, everybody? Hope you all are having a fantastic day today. Now, today I'm going to be showing you guys some Modern Warfare gameplay. Thought it'd be cool to take it back to some Modern Warfare. Actually, it's going to be on probably the smallest map in this game right now, Shipment, so it's going to be very chaotic. I think I got like 104 kills and 20-something deaths or something like that. But we will be using probably the most overpowered weapon in this game, the MP5. Jesus Christ. If there was one weapon that could completely take out the M4, is probably the MP5. Well, the Ram is a good competitor as well, the Ram 7, but the MP5 is just like the most god-tier weapon. But I've gotten some inspiration from a YouTuber named Prestigious Key, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have already heard of this YouTuber. He's a commentator that does a lot of Call of Duty content on YouTube. But he recently did a video on what he wants to see out of Season 2, and I thought it would be a cool idea to, I guess, do the same thing, but with my own personal opinion on it. I want to go over how Season 1 was, in my personal opinion, if it was worth the money for the Battle Pass, if it was worth your time playing Season 1, and everything that I personally want to see changed when Season 2 comes out. The first thing we have to discuss is the ranking system. Now, for those who don't know, or anybody who is new to Modern Warfare, every time they bring in a new season, if you're level 155 or, anywhere between level 55 to 155, they will derank you no matter what when the next season comes out, back to 155. And then you have to grind back up to 155 again with the next season, which honestly isn't that difficult for a person who does play this on a daily basis. And it's kind of pointless. The prestige system in Modern Warfare, they removed it and didn't give it a good spot. They didn't give it anything good in return, which is bad because prestiging is probably one of the most iconic things in a Call of Duty game. When you think of Call of Duty, I think of kill streaks in their game that makes it fun, prestiging, which makes it fun, and an arcadey style. Those are probably the three biggest things out of any Call of Duty title. And they stripped one of the main factors of this game straight out without giving it a good substitute. They just said, here, we're just going to derank you every time a new season comes out and just grind back up to 155. No new emblems, no new anything. They didn't even bother giving you any extra custom classes for reaching 155. They just added in 10 custom classes into the game because they said, forget it, it's no prestige system. How else are they going to earn them? Now, what I wish is if they gave us, instead of 10 custom classes right now, maybe they should have given us like 7 or 8 custom classes, or even keep it as 10 right now. And then every single season that they release, whenever you reach 155 in that season, they should give you an extra custom class slot, just to give you a reward for playing the game. Because currently, the only thing you get for grinding to 155 is those pointless officer challenges that give you nothing. I don't even bother doing those. Like I said, the only thing that I want to do when I play this game is, I guess, just play it. There's not much that I want to grind for. I'm not a camo grind person, so that's out of the picture. And everything else grindable is, I'm done with the Battle Pass. But we're going to talk about the Battle Pass a little bit later. And the only thing that you grind with the actual levels is the officer challenges, which give you nothing. So the ranking system has to change in Modern Warfare, or else this will probably go down as probably one of the worst ranking systems ever in Call of Duty history. Alright, now let's talk about the Battle Pass, which was also an addition to Season 1 that wasn't in Season 0 or when the games first dropped. Now, the Battle Pass in Season 1 was absolutely awful. I'll tell you guys that now. Now, personally, like I said, it gave you enough time to complete it. Me personally, at least, I had more than enough time to complete it. I got everything in the Battle Pass. I feel like if you do enjoy the game, you can grind it. Now, obviously, if you don't like this game, which a lot of people do not like this game, you probably won't be able to get through all the tier lists. Now, that's not a big issue because, like I said, you don't really care for the game, so it doesn't really bother you. But for anybody who does enjoy this game, the Battle Pass was worth it when you think about the time that you put into the game. If you do enjoy playing Modern Warfare, you will probably get through the Battle Pass. Now, my main issue with it is that the content in the Battle Pass was useless. Now, don't forget, this is a $60 game, and I say this all the time. Everybody probably thinks I'm the greediest man in the universe, but it's true. It's a $60 video game, and they're still having the nerve to charge you $10 for the Battle Pass. Now, I'm not going to complain about it because the microtransactions so far in this game are very fair, because the weapons are free in the Battle Pass, and you don't have to purchase the Battle Pass to get those weapons. You can grind those without having to pay the money. But if you want all the other stuff, if you actually want the content in the Battle Pass besides the weapons, you're going to have to cough up 10 to 20 bucks to purchase your way into the Battle Pass. Then you have to grind it out to get those items. And the amount of time that you put into the game just isn't worth the rewards that they give you in this Battle Pass. A lot of the stuff are just not good. That's just plain and simple. They're just not good. And they're capable of making good things. If you visit Infinity Ward's store in Modern Warfare, you'll see tons of skins. They're absolutely gorgeous. So obviously, they're talented devs that are working in the art studio making this game. They have the potential to make good stuff. They're just choosing not to put the good stuff into the Battle Pass, and they're just going to hold all the good stuff to sell you guys in the store. Which I guess on their point is good. It makes them more money because the Battle Pass you just pay 10 bucks and that's it. And, you know, compared to the store where each pack is 10 bucks, so they can make more money selling the cool stuff throughout the store. But it's a $60 game. You paid $60 and then you're charging $10 more for this Battle Pass. So if you just buy the standard game and you want the Battle Passes, that's 70 bucks right there. If you want all the good stuff in this game, I think personally they should give you the good looking skins in the Battle Pass. They shouldn't just conserve all of them for the store. They should give you good looking gun skins, the blueprints. They should give you good looking operator skins, and it should be packed with them as well. I don't know how they managed to put stickers back into this Battle Pass when stickers were such a flop in Black Ops 4, and they're still a flop in Modern Warfare. Who the hell do you see using stickers? I maybe saw it like twice in the whole lifetime or the life cycle of this video game. Once again, it's just a useless feature that I guess they're using just so they can fill the Battle Pass up with quote-unquote content, when in reality, the majority of the stuff that you earn through the Battle Pass is pointless content that you'll never use. I use like maybe 2 to 3 things out of the Battle Pass, and it's like 100 tiers or something like that in it, and only 2 to 3 of those things I want to use. That's pretty bad. That's actually really bad. So with Season 2, I'm hoping that they learned from this current Battle Pass, and hopefully they will put more effort into giving us better rewards with Season 2's Battle Pass. Because Season 1, there just wasn't enough content in the Battle Pass to consider it worth the money. Personally, I feel like if you want to spend money on Modern Warfare, you're better off just spending $10 in their actual store. You'll get more content in there without having to grind their game, instead of paying $10 for something that you're going to have to grind countless amount of hours into their title to get stuff that doesn't even look good. You might as well just go to the store. Also, with Season 1, they released a lot of new maps, which, once again, I'm happy with. That's good that they are releasing enough content to keep people occupied in Modern Warfare. They're not pulling a Battlefield 5, which I was really hoping they didn't, but they're not. Where they, you know, go without giving you any content for so long, where you're just begging for stuff. No. They're not doing that. They give you a lot of maps, but my problem is that they split the maps with too many modes. Like, there was like 3 2v2 maps, 3 new maps, or maybe 2 new maps, a ground war map, and then like 2 6v6 maps. Which Call of Duty is a 6v6 game, sorry to break it to ya. And 2v2 is cool, don't get me wrong, but I think that they should, you know, pause a little bit on the 2v2 side and 3v3 gunfight side with all the maps. I think there's a decent amount in the game so far. They really have to focus on the larger modes. Most specifically 6v6. 6v6 needs maps. And now, like if you guys watched my last video, people can't even play like half the maps in the game as it is. 6v6 is rough right now. And also Ground War, it lacks some maps as well. I feel like if they focused on Ground War and 6v6 and put a lot of the 6v6 maps into 10v10, then they would be good. Then they don't have to worry about making maps specifically for 10v10. They can just, you know, make 6v6 maps that work on 10v10 as well, and then make Ground War maps. Easy as that. But I just want to see more 6v6 maps basically be added into this game. Because I am a 6v6 player at heart, and even though Ground War is a blast, you can get the most kills in there, it's, you know, it's very hectic, I still get that urge and that craving to go play some old school Call of Duty. And for those who know old school Call of Duty, it's kind of hard to get in this game, but if you want that vibe, you gotta play 6v6, and there's just not enough content in 6v6 to actually keep me occupied in their game. The only way I can have fun in this game is by, you know, drifting and trying different game modes out throughout my time on the game. I can't just play 6v6 only. If I want to enjoy Modern Warfare for a long amount of time, I have to go from 6v6, maybe to Ground War, then try some 10v10, back to Ground War, then go over to 6v6 again. I don't want to play like that in order to have fun. I want to be able to stick in one game mode and just grind it out and have some fun. But the last thing I really need to address in this video about what I want to see from Season 2 is just communication from the devs. It seems like with Black Ops 4, the main problem was the microtransactions and how they were handling all the DLC weapons and stuff like that. But in Modern Warfare, it's a different story. Microtransactions are just kind of taking a seat in the back right now, and the main issue is just the game itself. The game has problems, and the community has been voicing those problems for the longest time now. You can go on Reddit, see so many different issues. You can go on the Trello board, see so many different issues as well. It's just a buggy mess of a game. And all we really want is the devs to communicate back with us. Now, they already did say that they're not going to change the minimap anymore. This is all we're getting. They also did say they're not going to change Dead Silence. This is what we're getting. Everything that we wanted this game to succeed is probably not coming. At this point with this title, I'd be shocked if they did go ahead and completely overhaul it. But how it is right now, I think is how it's going to stay. I don't think the red dots are coming back. I don't think Dead Silence is coming as a perk. I don't think they're going to lower the footsteps. I seriously think they're done with all those major adjustments. I don't even think they're going to bother changing the servers, bother fixing the lag, the hit detection. I don't think they're going to bother with any of that stuff. The game is done. The game is made. The only thing that they're going to worry about is polishing off the bugs and going ahead and fixing some of the issues. But even with those bugs, those tiny bugs in the games that all the community is dealing with certain things, whether you can't get on Spec Ops, whether multiplayer isn't loading for you, whether the damn game just bricked your console, whatever your issue is, Infinity Ward just isn't addressing us. This year kind of sucks to be a Call of Duty fan because it's annoying when the devs don't respond or don't acknowledge what's going on in the game. Like Battlefield 5, they just went through this massive time to kill bullcrap, where the time to kill is still really messed up, but at least the devs responded to the community. The community was in an uproar. They don't like the time to kill. The devs addressed it, and they told them they won't change it. And the community kept complaining, so they changed it a little bit, so it is kind of better, but it still isn't completely fixed. But the point that I'm trying to make is that the devs talked to the community. They told them, even if it's not the answer the community wants, they told them the answer. That's probably the best part about being a fan of more than one title. You know, instead of just only playing Call of Duty, I like to branch off to games like Rainbow and Battlefield and other FPS games. And the best part about branching off to those games is not getting a break from Call of Duty, but seeing how their communities are and how the developers handle these situations. And Call of Duty devs, well, I guess in the past too, but this year specifically have been just absolutely awful. Nothing is more annoying than speaking and not getting any answer in return. We're basically talking to a brick wall. That's not fun. That's very annoying. And like people keep saying, why are you getting angry? Why are you getting so annoyed? I mean, are you kidding me? Come to my job, or let me come over to where you are, or whatever, and you read off a whole sentence to me, or you just spill your heart out, or you're telling me something deep or emotional, or something that really means a lot to you, and you spill your heart out to me, and I ignore every last bit of it and change the subject. How would you feel if I just completely dissed everything that you just said to me? Probably not too happy. You'd probably actually be pissed with me. Yes, that's why the community is angry. That's why these bigger YouTubers are not happy with the changes and what's going on this year with Call of Duty. Nobody is responding. And you can't just say, well, you're just a YouTuber. Nobody cares. That's what happened with DICE. They responded to the YouTubers. That's how the time to kill issue even came up. If it wasn't for YouTube and all these YouTubers getting hundreds of thousands of views and making the time to kill noticeable, the devs wouldn't have responded. But Call of Duty has the same thing. We have a massive community. We have hundreds of thousands of people who are commenting on videos daily and watching content daily and watching rants like this daily, where we as YouTubers are trying to express ourselves about these topics and trying to express your opinions as well. People who don't have a platform to let their voices out and let their voices be heard. So we have a voice. It's not like we don't have one. They hear us. They know we're here. They're just choosing to ignore us. And being ignored is annoying. I don't like that. So I think probably the biggest thing that I want to see changed with Season 2 is just the communication. That's it. Infinity Ward has lied. They have ignored us. They're just so incompetent this year, it blows my mind. I've never seen a dev studio lie to their community so much. Their patch notes are completely wrong all the time. Things continuously break after patch notes. They lie about things that are being added into the game. They lie about things that are being removed out of the game. They just lie. They're trying to cover up something for some strange reason, when in the easiest case, if they're just honest, everything will be okay. Honesty is the best way of solving issues. If you're just going to lie to us over and over and over again, that's just going to make us more angry. At least if we know the truth, at least if we know the honest answers, we can be settled down with that. We know the answer now. Instead of us constantly being on our toes, waiting for a response or waiting for them to do something, we just know. And it'll be so much better if they would just communicate with us about these issues, about the footsteps that we still want tuned, about the minimap. Just give us an answer. Just tell us flat out no. Because everything is mixed. Like with the minimap, that was mixed. With the dead silence, actually I think dead silence was a positive no. But a lot of things that they say are mixed. They don't give a definite answer. It's like they try to cover up so they don't have to deal with the community's bullcrap. Just take it like a man, Infinity Ward. Just take it. If you're going to, if you know that if you say the answer is no, and you know for a fact the community is not going to appreciate you saying no, take it. Just take it. But don't lie just so you can, get some smiles out of the community. The game is in a poor state right now. So please, Season 2, more 6v6 maps, that must happen. Please, we need some more content on that side of everything. The Battle Pass needs to have more good content. You have to work on the Battle Pass because Season 1's Battle Pass was just god-awful. You need to add some of those cool items that you're selling in your store and put those in the Battle Pass. You have some cool concepts, Infinity Ward. Your art team are just a bunch of geniuses. Just put them to better use when it comes to the Battle Pass instead of using all their best work for the store. And also resetting your stats every season to level 55 and have to grind back up to 155. They're probably not going to change that either, but I'm just going to say it again. That's the worst prestige system I've ever seen in any Call of Duty game. And that's just going to leave a bad taste in my mouth for a very long time until they change it. And if they never change it, I'll always look back on Modern Warfare as the one with by far the worst ranking system ever made in Call of Duty history. But if Infinity Ward is okay with that, then hey, whatever. That's their own opinion. That's fine. The biggest thing that I want, though, if you can't do any of those things, the biggest things that I want is just talk to us. That is it. Communication is key to the success of your game, and your fans, the hardcore ones that love Call of Duty to the end of their days, those are the ones that you want to keep on your positive side. You don't want to push them away. And lying to those people and destroying their consoles and not even acknowledging that you've destroyed their consoles or helping any of these people with their issues, they're going to lose respect for you. And that's not something that you want when you're trying to keep a video game alive. But guys, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like. If you hate it, you always dislike it. If you're brand new and you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. Also, if you just want to chat with me or see some behind the scenes clips, follow me over on Twitter at JbowenDaMan. And also, if you just want to catch me live streaming, I do that over on Twitch at JbowenDaMan as well. Thank you guys for checking out this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.